minutes late. That's okay. Oh, share. Copy link. I was in a mood. Ugh. Had a rough start to the day. Ooh, excuse me. Rough start to the day because I love starting the day. Talking to a client, sending them an invoice, only for them to be like, oh, no, I didn't like anything that you did. I don't want to pay any of this. It's my favorite part. Good morning, Shannon. Good morning. How are you, Ember? Jessica. Tired, yeah. I feel that. I'm doing great, thank you. How about you? I feel like I can move this down. Weird angle because of the charger. Waiting for it to chill out in the rain so I can let the horses out. I don't have horses. But yeah. I suppose if it's raining, you can't have them outside. It's raining hard. It wasn't raining earlier, but it was coming, it wasn't raining hard, but we did have some kind of water falling from the sky. Hello, how are you? Elizabeth Morris. Good morning. I'm in your Discord group. I haven't seen you live yet. Oh, well, yay, welcome. Having the darndest time trying to find a real 18th century apothecary journal to use as a reference. Maybe try just an 18th century journal to start. Because what makes it apothecary is the fact that it's medicinal references inside, like throughout the journal, right? So maybe just start with just a journal, and maybe that'll words. Maybe that'll help like set up some kind of a reference point, and then you can add in medicinal points, reference points after. Good morning, Dana. Hello, Dale. I just published my 3rd book in a 5-book series. Congratulations. Trying to figure out how to continue my story from here. Have you checked with historical societies? Ooh, that's a good idea, Ember. Have you checked with historical societies? So, Elizabeth, when you were writing that 3rd book, did you have any, you knew it was going to be the middle of a 5-book series, but did you know what was, like, any parts about what was going to happen after? Where would I find those? I think you can start online. I'm just going to make up a state because I don't know where you live. But like historical societies of Pennsylvania, there's a boatload. Ooh, lib guides, historical societies and archives. Yeah, start in the location of your story. Oh, Georgia. Yes, I knew what was going to happen after. I have it all in my head. My problem is there's a plot hole from ending book 3 to starting book 4. I need to figure out if I should time jump. Just start on book 4. You don't have to figure that out right now. You can just start. Maybe the answer will come to you as you're writing, and you'll be like, oh, okay. And you can then go back and fill in the blanks. But you don't have to fix the plot hole before you start writing. Story takes place in Wales. WalesHistoricalSociety.org. And it looks like there's a few. But you can start there. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Started plotting book 4. Have 9 chapters plotted. Nice. I feel that sorry. Thank you. Thank Dana, because I didn't think of the idea. Dana did. I just ran with it once they've said it. Hello, Judith. How are you? There's a character born at the end of book 3. That's the key to books 4 and 5. But I need her to be older and wiser in a sense. So yeah, I can see where that might be difficult. But books 4 and 5, I mean, you could do a time jump. That's fine. I would start with the time jump even and write what you want to write, like what's in your head. You could always, like I said, you could always fill in the blanks after. You could be like, oh, that means that when this kid was 4, they did this. And you can do that. You could have like 3 or 4 chapters that you put in after the fact that do the time jump. You know what I mean? Like have something where at birth, have something at 2 years old, another chapter at 4 years old. So like you can show the readers the growth that way if you wanted. You could also just do the time jump and then fill in the blanks through flashbacks if you wanted. Like there's all kinds of possibilities. But go ahead and just start with the time jump for you so that you can write the parts that you want and make the character make sense for it, because you can figure out how to fill it in after. Doing good. Had a panic yesterday. Found out there was a missing chunk from the book I just submitted. Finally rewrote the section and uploaded the corrected. Yay! I'm glad you figured it out. Seisha, good morning. I was late too. I was having a mood this morning. I was in a mood. I think that's a good idea. I wanted to start with the time jump, then build from there. Yep. I think that's brilliant. How am I today? I'm doing great. Thank you. I am. I'm presenting with Brian Cohen. I am. I'm so excited. When he asked me, I was like, me? I'm a nobody. You want me to go? And then he's like, yeah, and Becca Syme's going to be there. I'm like, oh. I am so excited. I just want to curl up in my bed and sleep today. I don't feel like being productive. Good morning, Alex. Well, you know what? Curling up in bed and sleeping is productive. Listen to your body. 100%. Gotta pay bills. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes. But still, do what you need to do and then go to bed. I wasn't productive yesterday, so today I feel like being productive. Been toying with doing some actual planning in my books now. I think I realized I need some set planning on where I need to go with it. That way I'm not stuck and fighting my brain on where to go. My experiment for a color page book is not going well. Very sorry, Alex. Could we do a little discussion on what to include and not include in an author bio? Yes. Okay, so Jessica, totally makes sense. And a lot of times, Alex, plug your ears in la 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 or something because you're about to at me. But a lot of times when I have spoken to authors, including authors who are like, no, I am a hardcore pantser, and they get stuck, and then I'm talking to them, if they sat for 10 minutes to work out at least some kind of milestone plan, they get unstuck so much faster. Like, it's almost always, if you're extremely stuck in your manuscript, it's almost always because there's a lack of a plan on where you're going next. So I'm glad to see that you're like, just a little bit, even just a little bit, enough to get you unstuck so you know where you're going. All right, author bio. So one of the big things about the author bio is you want your author bio isn't about you. That sounds weird, but it's not about you. It's not like your biography. It's not like your profile. It's not about you. When a reader goes to check out your author bio, what they want to know is, am I going to like this person's books? What kind of books do they write for me? That kind of a thing. So you want to think about it that way. Like, what do I need to put in here that will tell a reader how I can give them whatever it is they're after? Escape. If you're writing nonfiction, then the answers to whatever it is that you're writing. If you're writing thrillers, then the thrill of their life kind of thing, like so on and so forth. But they're in it. They're going to your author page to find out what's in it for them. What does following you, what's in it for them? Getting onto your email list, what's in it for them? Buying your book, what's in it for them? So that's the first thing, is you want to approach it from that sort of standpoint. So that right there wipes off probably half of what you were thinking of including. Because if it doesn't answer those questions, it doesn't need to be on there. Another thing I really like, not every author does this, and it doesn't seem necessarily to be like a precursor to success, because I see some really successful authors not do this at all, but I've also seen some brand new authors who did do this, and it seemed to really help. But the voice in your bio should match the voice of your prominent books, at least if you're multi-genre. But like, so if you write thriller books, then your about page could be written with a thriller undertone. If you write sweet romance, then your about page should be whimsical and, cute and funny. But like, I'm not saying like create a story out of it, but like the tone and the overall voice should match. And it gives readers a chance to kind of see your writing style outside of your books, because obviously it's not going to be exactly the same as inside your book, but they'll get to see your writing style and see, like, is this person even for me at all? One thing I really dislike is when, and I mean, some people get away with it because they're not writing their bios, and you can tell because it's in third person, and it's, you know, you can tell that they hired someone to write it or whatever. And I don't mean like a ghostwriter, but I mean like a marketing agency or a PR agency or something. Like they're not even managing their own site. And I just don't like it when it doesn't match and they did it themselves. Like they want this, like, they write sweet romance, but then you go to their website that they're managing themselves and they try to come off as like super professional or something like that. Like that feels inauthentic to me. Like, which one is you then? And they should complement each other. It should look like it's yours. Usually you want to start off with, you know, something along the lines of, I wrote this, or like as far as like bullet points, you know, you want to include who you're writing for. Basically, I write young adult, I write new adult, I write thrillers or whatever. And then you want to include some of your credentials if you have any. Been writing for X number of years, won this award, got on this list, was mentioned over here, or whatever. And then at the end, a little bit about your life, because it should feel, the reader should feel like they're getting to know you a little bit more. Like they're there because they want to know what's in it for them, but they should also feel like they're getting to know you. So I live in the mountains with my dogs or whatever. You don't have to divulge all your deep, dark secrets, but they're gonna, like, right away, you want them to know if it's even for them. So if they go there and they see I write thrillers and they're not into thrillers, they know right away, okay, this isn't for me. So those are the big points. Anyway, need to redo your bio. It's been a while since I've done mine too. Hold on one second. Someone is messaging me. Slow morning for everyone. Mm-hmm. sometimes. Okay. Anyway. Fuming right now, so embracing the act of biting my tongue. Hey, me too! I don't get what Amazon wants from me this time. It's the 4th email about the book, and this time I think they want the file to be larger size. Still haven't heard back from F.E. Campbell. Hello, Kathy. Okay, hang on. Let's see. My experiment. They want a file. They want the file to be a larger size? You look beautiful in pink hair. Why, thank you. Add 0.125 to your book's page width and 0.25 to the page height. But if I do that, won't it change the trim size? That might be what they need, is that they might need a little bit more like bleed or trim or margin. Because like when I put up the 5.5 by 8, I had to actually upload a file that was 5.75 by 8.25. When I was uploading, to Amazon. When I was uploading to Lulu, it just does it for me. Like I upload the file I have and it says, there you go. The only thing then that I have to worry about is the book cover, which it tells me what dimensions to do. So a little bit easier on that side. But with Amazon, I had to upload it a little bit larger than the actual trim size was. And I don't think, like, that is such a small number, 0.125 and 0.25. I don't think it'll actually change the trim size. I think they're just looking for bleed or margin. Family nonsense. I love my family, so I bite my tongue because of nonsense. I get that. Family, yes. Doctor's appointment. All right, Kathy, have a great day. I hope everything is good. I don't know what your doctor's appointment is for, but I have so many doctor's appointments lined up. Hugs and glass dishes. You sent an email to the Wells Historical Society? Nice! This is just ridiculous. They won't ship it to my house. The trim size is wrong. The green pages were wrong, and the interior file is the wrong size. I don't understand why they are making this hard. That I don't know, Alex. I'm sorry. Amazon enjoys making things hard. Made me think of the Rihanna song. I've got clients over my shoulder right now. Absolutely going hog wild. Alex, your troubles are making me scared for my bestiary. The book almost doubled in price, but whenever you print in color, yes. Reviewing again. For your bestiary, is that going out as like a photo book kind of thing, or is it going out like a regular book? I'm sure it'll be fine. I've formatted things in Canva for Amazon before. More like a regular book, then it'll be easier. I think what's making Alex's a little bit more complicated is the fact that her pages are a different color. They're not going to be white with black or cream with the black ink. So she's got to actually add the color onto the pages, which adds a whole bunch of stuff. It's being printed as color, which adds a whole bunch of stuff. I think you'll be fine. What I am learning is that I have to up the page size and down the trim size because they need that margin and bleed probably. And it's frustrating because you're dealing with like a third-party printer. You know how like on your own printer, you go to print something or you go to save something and it's like, this part is outside of the printing window. And it gives you like all the, you're out of magenta and all those things. Well, you're dealing with that, just that it's through a third party. You're using a parchment background. Okay, so it might get complicated for you too. You also have to remember Alex's setup and who she's dealing with is a little bit different from ours because she's in Canada. And I hate to be like, well, she's in Canada, but it's like different rules, different systems. And I'm not kidding when I say different systems. Like, I was trying to walk her through how to do something on MailerLite using my MailerLite account, and our computers were completely different. Like, she's like, I'm not seeing what you're seeing. She had to share her screen because the rules are totally different and the setup is totally different, even though it's the same software. So you can't really compare what you're about to go through with what Alex is going through because there's other differences there. I just feel bad that I'm not very much help on this part. Hello. That's inconvenient. I think we were both very frustrated that day because she's like, no, it's not on my screen. And I'm like, then you're looking at the wrong screen. She's like, it's not here. I'm like, I'm looking at it and I'm sharing my screen at the time. And I'm like, it's right. Look here. Where are you? And then she shared her screen and I was like, oh shit, it's not there. What the hell? I felt so bad. That's why you can't get the proof shipped to your house because it's in Canada. Can you get it shipped to my house and then I can like Zoom with you and show it to you? I'm not at all saying that just because I want to see it. Proof needs a US address. Okay. I'll DM you my address and you can send me the proof. And then when it gets here, we'll set up like a Zoom where I'll take a bunch of pictures and we'll set up a Zoom where I can go through it with you. Sure, you're not. I know, right? I really am also trying to be super helpful, but yeah, I really do also want to see it. Good morning, Taylor. Your address shouldn't matter. Have you met us? I slept right through my alarm today. Oh, I wish I could have. But no, I woke up before. I've been perpetually waking up before my alarm now for months. Like, months. I don't remember the last time my alarm woke me up. I haven't finished editing the book. I was just checking the page color, just a heads up. Okay, so finish your thing. Finish your thing, and that will be the plan. Just let me know when it's when you're about to do it, and that'll just be the plan. Holly is back to waking us up at 3 a.m. Oh, Holly. Did we find out a place that does colored pages? So Alex has found a way to do it through, should I call it Amazon or Canadian Amazon? But she's figured out a way to do it through Amazon. But they're giving her a little bit of a hard time about trim size, bleed, margins, etc. And they won't let her order a print book, like a proof. So she's struggling to make it happen. I'm just saying that if you read the one I sent, I haven't gone a deep edit. Oh, okay. In other words, you're like, comment on the proofing only and the formatting only, and don't tell me about a typo on page 37. Is that what you're saying? I can do that. Well, the author we found that did it said she had to force Amazon to do it. Unless you want to give me a free edit. Yeah, I'm not going to charge for anything that I do say on this because, yeah. I am forcing Amazon to do it. Yeah, everyone's forcing Amazon to do it. I had to force. Well, no, I did it through Lulu. And then it's pushed to Amazon. But I'm not doing the color pages like you are. I did the dark gray that kind of looks greenish on camera. Because I wanted some pages. The chapter, like the chapter headings are on white pages, and then the call out quotes are on the darker pages on my book. But I did mine through Lulu. They are just being, well, that's Amazon for you. So yeah. Understatement. I want mine to have black pages, and I think I found a company, but I still have a while to go for that. Yeah, and even mine with Lulu, the color that I chose on the page itself is like a super dark gray. Like, it's like, it was like this color. It wasn't black. But the print still ended up lighter than I was expecting, but not so light that I wasn't happy with it. Like, it was still, you can see how much lighter it ended up being. But it started off a dark gray, but I was just glad it got in there. It was my first time trying something different from the normal white page with a black text. My other 233 page book was 5.47 each author copies. This book is 10. Yeah, because of the color. Yeah. What program did you use to format your book? I use Microsoft Word. And then, so what I did, I do all of my formatting in Microsoft Word. I have tried Reedsy and Atticus. Atticus is easier, in my opinion, than Reedsy is. But for some reason, I could not. I've done vellum like for clients before and stuff, but for some reason, as much as everyone loves Reedsy, I cannot get it to work for me. I just cannot get it to work for me. I think, and part of that, I don't know. Maybe I am just freaking old. I don't know, but I just have an easier time with Microsoft Word. So anyway, so Microsoft Word to start. I do all my formatting in Microsoft Word. I also always do the ebook first. So I finish formatting the ebook, and then I'll like duplicate the thing and get ready for print, and I'll change like the layout and whatnot to do print for the print size, for the trim size. Then what I did was for the chapter headings, I would start a new page, just write out in huge block text letters. I would write out like what the chapter heading was, because I knew I wanted these pages. So it was just like a blank page in there. And I got that all the way through. And then I added in the QR codes here, like throughout the book. So then after the chapter headings, then I added in the QR codes, which I downloaded. So I generated the QR codes through a service I use called qr.io. That way I can actually like track them and things. So I put those throughout where I wanted them for each worksheet or whatever. Then I went through and I found the call out quotes that I wanted to include. So like this one, the trick to start writing is to sit down and start writing. That one is somewhere on this page. Yeah, so it's right at the beginning of this paragraph is this quote. So what I did was I copied the quote that I wanted. I inserted another page, copied the quote that I wanted, and I treated it the same way I did like my chapter headings, really big block text for that page so that I knew where they were. Then finally I went through and took care of like orphan lines and, you know, like, oh, there's just this little bit of a paragraph over here and it ends up being this way and whatnot, and like fixing some of the line breaks to make sure that everything fit the way that I wanted it to fit. Then finally, hello, Adila and Ghost, hi. Then when everything was done in Word the way that I wanted it to be, I exported it all as a PDF. Then I opened it up in, so these pages, the call out pages and the chapter headings, I made those in Canva. So I downloaded all of those in Canva, opened as PDFs, opened everything up in Adobe Acrobat. I have the premium Acrobat, so I opened everything up in Adobe Acrobat, and I moved the call outs to where I had those pages that were separate with the big text. I moved the pages to those and then deleted the ones that just had the text. And then for this, the frontispiece, I also did this one in Canva, downloaded it as a PDF and uploaded it there, merged everything together and like put the pages where I wanted them, and then downloaded and saved that as one complete PDF. Read the Pink Book last night, by the way, book 3 of the series. Did you like it? There are a few dark romances that have black pages, so the company is out there somewhere. Yes. You use Word as well. Shout out to what? It was a stalker one. I saw the twist coming, but it's not normal. But Mac is understandable. I don't understand. Katie, beware triggers. Triggers, it almost got me. Ooh. How to write a book within 15 pages. That's not really a book. Like, do you mean a story? Or is this like going to be like part of an, say, like an anthology or something like that? But 15 pages, like I can show you. 1, 2, 15. Well, 15 sheets of paper is 30 pages. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it ends up being like this. And this is like standard 60-pound paper with standard ink. And that's 15 pages. It's not very much. I don't know. You can get a whole story done in that, but I don't think you can get a whole book with that. Primarily because Amazon itself even has a minimum. You have to have at least 40 pages. Short book. Yeah, short book. So, yeah, well, I mean, you can do it. Amazon won't let you print it because they have a minimum of 40 pages. But you can definitely get a story in there. I would just then probably put it together. If you wanted to sell it as a print book, I would probably put it together with some of your other stories to have like a compilation or an anthology or a collection or something along those lines like they do with poems. But the overall process is about the same as it would be for a full-length book. You know, figure out what your story is, what it's going to be, whether or not you figure that out while you're writing or before you're writing or whatever, but you know, whatever your process is, sit down and get the story written, write it for you first, edit for your readers after, to make sure that like things like they can track everything that's happening, they're not getting lost because information was in your head that wasn't on paper. Make it, you know, fix the pacing, make sure that it's exciting and compelling and like it invokes the emotions you're after and things like that. And then, yeah, on down the way. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. Ebook can be less. Yes. I'm not sure if there is a minimum for an ebook, but for print, it's got to be 40. I'm not normal either. This is like my first time writing a short story. Yay! How exciting! Yeah, I did specify print. Thanks for the tips. You're very welcome. You need coffee. I'm almost out of coffee. Good night. Have a great night. Oh, I think I froze. Did I freeze? I froze in like the worst position too. Yay! Okay. Well, I think this is just how we're gonna end it then. Am I good there? Okay, well, Judith can see me, but I look frozen to myself and everyone else is saying I'm frozen. So, yay. All right, I guess this is a good spot to end it. So, because I cannot sit here and stare at my face doing this. I am not supposed to be writing on standard margins at 8.5 by 11. Darn TikTok said you're supposed to write at the dimensions your book will be in. I write an 8.5 by 11 unless I'm writing for a client. So, I don't know. All right, y'all. Have an amazing day. Go get all the words written. And I will talk to you, hopefully, in an unfrozen manner tomorrow. Okay? Bye. Just in case you can see me.